Every massive company eventually hangs up the posters, bright, cheerful signs on break room walls telling you to speak up and promising that your voice matters. But the actual oversight of these programs often takes place in rooms exactly like this, cold, silent, and empty. Organizations spend millions of dollars building ethics hotlines. They promise employees that reporting wrongdoing is safe, shielded by an impenetrable wall of anonymity. But an email address is not an objective void. It is a strictly configured IT workflow. When you send a message, that data physically travels through corporate servers to a very specific pre-programmed destination. Without understanding the underlying IT architecture, an employee reporting a crime is often unknowingly stepping onto a structural trapdoor. Consider the case of a massive highway construction project. The site is remote, the budgets are huge, and a vigilant quantity surveyor is on the ground meticulously tracking every expense. He notices a glaring discrepancy. The project director is billing the company for ghost labor, workers who don't exist, and siphoning off thousands of liters of diesel fuel for personal profit. The surveyor follows the corporate rules to the letter. He gathers photographic evidence, writes a highly detailed report, types in the brand new internal ethics email address, and hits send. That single click didn't recover a cent. It launched a highly sensitive data packet into an untested and entirely compromised network structure. This diagram reveals the exact IT routing failure. We trace the raw email as a bright data node entering the corporate server. Standard routing is programmed to splinter. The node splits into two distinct paths, terminating directly at the HR and chief operating officers. This creates a structural conflict. Operational management exists to execute business goals and protect margins, making them ill-suited to serve as independent judges of their own operations. With oversight and operations sharing the same digital pipes, the structure ensures a direct conflict. Then there is the human element that no IT schematic can account for. The chief operating officer receiving the email happens to be the corrupt project director's longtime mentor. Within minutes of receiving the report, the COO picks up his phone and forwards the completely uncensored email directly to the fraudster. The retaliation is swift. 2 weeks later, the whistleblower is abruptly transferred to a hostile, remote location. The harassment becomes so severe, he is forced to resign. The $1 Million Hotline served as an early warning system for the exact fraudsters it targeted. Corporate boards must face a difficult reality. You cannot solve a governance problem using a cheap internal IT shortcut. To actually protect whistleblowers, organizations require a mandatory structural fix, a third-party ombudsman. This is a completely independent entity that operates entirely outside the corporate hierarchy. Now, clicking send ensures data leaves the corporate ecosystem entirely, traveling to an external vault. Here, the ombudsman permanently strips the whistleblower's identity. Personal details are completely deleted. The raw facts safely bypass management, landing directly on the desks of the independent board. Unless an ethics system relies on an independent third party to physically separate investigators from the chain of command, it is a trap. Organizations must structurally protect their people, or inevitably lose their integrity.